Welcome to part 6 of the Ratchet and Clank Let's Play, and as of this part, Happy Halloween, ladies and gentlemen! Some may say that Halloween might be a day ahead or a day behind, but considering where I'm at in the good old USA, I don't give a shit. Well, Happy Halloween! And just for a little heads up, guys, later on today, I'm actually going to be doing a live stream, and whether it be on Twitch or YouTube, whatever the case is later on, I think around at 6, 7, or 8, I will be doing that live stream. Yes, I didn't plan ahead. Then again, this is my first one, so just bear with me here. I'm getting better. So anyway, what are we doing in this part today? Well, we are doing World 5, the Blargian Tactical Research Station. Now, before I actually begin with the level itself, I obviously saved my game just to make sure I'm up to speed on where I am at. No problem. Something is telling me I should really save the other save file too, just to make sure I'm up to code with that other one. And as you can see here with this computer monitor, this looks like a developer's face on it, and I forgot to do research. Damn. Yeah, believe it or not, that's actually an Easter egg. It's actually one of the developer's faces. I guess I forget who he is, but I'm sure somebody in the comments will tell me. Yeah, I haven't looked at Did You Know Gaming in a while. So anyway, in this stage, actually, we are introduced to our very first Clank level. This is only one of 2 times where we can only play as Clank himself, because, well, Clank plays drastically different from Ratchet, because compared to Ratchet's running speed, Clank is slow as hell. And, well, to be fair, the level design does, well, work with this slower speed. Well, at least in the first level. Well, not so much in the second level, but we'll be getting to that later. So, as Clank, all we can really, unlike Ratchet where we have all these guns and gadgets, as Clank, all we can really do is jump, punch, glide, and grab on ledges. That's pretty much it with his basic moves, as of now. Like that. So again, so far that's pretty much all we can do at this point. Although I am liking this music already. It's very sci-fi and techno, I do appreciate that. I've said that before in the last game, but in the last few parts, but I think Ratchet does have some pretty good music tracks. At least in the PS2 version. Hey, now look at that great planet that I'll focus the camera on later. Let's see. Hey, look at that blue planet there too. That's Neptune. I'm not even joking, that really is Neptune. That blue planet on the far side. I know my basic astronomy, damn it. I almost said astronomy. No, it's astronomy, damn it. I don't know way too much about astronomy because I never took that class in high school. In fact, I don't even remember. In fact, I don't even know if there was an astronomy class in my high school, my old high school anyway. So anyway, let's grab onto this ledge that Clank failed to grab. How can you fall in space? I know that this is a video game and they have to put boundaries somewhere, so I guess it makes sense. But at the same time, it's like, we're in space. Shouldn't Clank just float? In fact, shouldn't you be floating in... I'm thinking about this way too much. It's a video game. As Clement put it out in the Brain Scratch Comms Let's Plays. It's a video game! Don't question it! I apologize for that. So let's do this right. This time. Let's not fall into the empty vacuum that is space. Oh, these paths are really narrow. Now, as you can see that there's a gold bolt, but unfortunately we can't really get it at the moment. In fact, we're not going to be coming back to this. I will be coming back to this segment, but unfortunately it's not going to be it's going to be a little bit later, like until I get the O2 mask, because Ratchet can't breathe in space. Now there will be times like this where a big enemy will be guarding the pathway. So what do? Well, obviously we go back here, and then we're introduced to our little drones, our little agents of doom that Clank himself can only activate on his own. This is where the whole Captain Olimar part kicks in, despite that I never played Pikmin. You have a grand total of 4 commands: wait, follow, attack, and enter. And all of them are pretty self-explanatory. Blue is enter, red is attack, yellow is wait, green is follow. And you only use the enter feature where you want to progress. It's very simple indeed. That is one laugh that no one will ever forget. But yeah, I couldn't really talk too much about that segment, if only because I was like, this Clank segment is actually really short in comparison to the next one that we're going to be doing. So we're going to have to be more... I'll get more into what these little droids do in the second Clank level, but as of now, it's only a basic thing that... It's pretty basic. As of now. But again, yes, we do have that gold bulb, but we're not going to be coming back here until we get the O2 mask, and that's not going to be until way later.
I'm back.
So you are.
And I found this.
Hey, cool. It's a, what is it?
A hydro displacer.
Great. I always wanted one of those, I guess.
Hey, it's a new gadget. That's nothing too bad. So yes, now we have the Hydro Displacer. I won't be talking about that until we get to our first puzzle, but now... Ooh, Taunter. I'll get that. Why not? Now, in terms of the Taunter, actually, we're not going to be talking about that until I actually use it later on in this level. But unfortunately, we have another pathway to go through before we actually go through the actual research station, because we went on the outside as Clank, and now we have to go into this decommissioned Blargian warship where there might be useful technology on board. Actually, this is how you get the infobot in this stage. This is actually the main pathway you can take. But there's also a necessary upgrade that we also need to get here too, so we might as well get it while we're here. So now we are in the decommissioned Blargian warship, and considering this music and the aesthetics of this level, it's actually very creepy. It's very nice atmosphere. In terms of the enemies that are introduced, we have the enemy types where they'll shoot down and they'll spurt out a wave of fire at you. It's very easy to avoid. We have these little horny toads where we can easily take out with our pyrocitor, no problem there. And here we are introduced to 2 of these guys. My best bet, just go up to them and give them the good old overhead wrench swing. So, nothing too bad yet. But later on though, actually, we're going to be introduced to one of the more pain-in-the-ass enemies in the whole game. And it's coming up right about here. These guys are annoying. So my best bet with these guys, whip out your bomb glove and blast them with 2 bombs. Like that. They're big, they're mean, they're fast, and they're a pain in the ass to avoid. They're actually the concept of a boss later on. And so, now that we've taken care of those enemies, we have to go up and... Oh, look! Press the big red shiny button. Okay, game, I'll do it, just for the sake of progression. No problem. I mean, what could possibly go wrong, am I right? I should never have said that. I'm probably gonna regret that. But again, this is Ratchet and Clank. This is Insomniac we're talking about. This ain't Naughty Dog, right? Hey, I mean, I'm sure nothing will happen later on in this game. I mean, I'm sure nothing will happen. Just to change up my game for a bit. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. That was a pretty kick-ass music piece. It feels very urgent too, like you have to escape this ship before it explodes.
This is Darla Gratch reporting live from Blackwater City. We've just learned that Captain Quark will be presenting the grand prize at the Intergalactic Hoverboard Championship, which will be held here over the next few days. In related news, this planet has recently been suffering from an infestation of strange amoeboid creatures. The city's administration has assured this reporter that every step has been taken to eradicate these nuisances. Darla Gratch, Channel 2 News.
Did you see that?
Yes, I hope that poor woman is all right.
She's fine, I think. I was talking about the hoverboard races.
You can suck a dick, dude. Well, to be fair, that news reporter is pretty much a common character throughout the entire series, and she comes out all fine. Well, at least in the PS2 series, something will happen, and then she comes out all fine. She's one of those characters. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, and now we can actually proceed with the actual level here. Well, then again, we've been proceeding with the actual level as, well, the beginning of the game. And I died immediately. And I clipped to the wall, apparently. So, okay, in terms of the Blargian Tactical Research Station, and one of the best weapons that'll help you out is your bomb glove, your pistol, and the pyroster and your taunter. Since the pyroster can take out the horny toads in one hit, no problem there. And then we have these enemies where we can easily take out with our bomb glove. And this is where the taunter comes into play. Unlike other weapons where it shoots something. And although I actually have to select the damn thing first. Come on. Okay. So instead of other weapons where we actually have to shoot, it taunts your enemies as it should. And since it taunts enemies, it actually lets them come to you. This is very useful if you want to lead them into something that's hazardous, or if you don't really feel like fighting them. And it also works for certain gold bolts and skill points too, so be on the lookout for that. For them. Oh goody, we have another trespasser sequence. Actually, before I forget actually, in terms of the Blargian Tactical Research Station, this is also home to the only skill point in the game where you can actually miss. So, I'll get to it when we get to it, but yeah, just a little heads up, this is home to the only skill point where you can actually miss. And in terms of the skill point where it's actually a pain in the ass, well, that's actually next level. I'm not joking, it really is. But anywho, we still have to continue on with the rest of the level first. The gas is obviously deadly, so you need to avoid that, although I kind of took that gas like a man. Although, to be fair though, the gas is kind of hard to avoid. So, it's very easy to get hit in that segment. Here, timing is everything. You just gotta use the helipack to move up. And as a reward, 2 nanotech crates. Which, again, health is limited. And it's something that the future games will fix, but since again your health is also limited, it definitely helps with the whole tactical thing that the game might be going for. Now in this part right here, when we destroy the little precursor orbs, and I'm calling them precursor orbs because seriously that's what they look like. It's a Jak and Daxter reference. Naughty Dog and Insomniac are they're more friendly rivals than actual rivals. That was pretty ballsy of me. I just bombed that creature with 2 bombs very quickly. I know. It's crazy. Anywho, folks, the Pyrosaur will once again do a lot of justice here. No problem with that. And this is the part of the game where it can actually be a little too dark. So, by the way, yes, just like in my Uncharted Drake's Fortune Let's Play, I apologize if anything. I apologize if anything you're seeing can be a little too dark. That's one of the things that the HD version will actually fix. Despite, graphically speaking, it's butchered. Big time. Not joking. It kind of is. But since we also made it to our Gadgetron vendor, that also means that we also hit a checkpoint. Cool. Yeah, oh, by the way, just a spare warning, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of checkpoints, like, especially in the later games, checkpoints can be a little stingy. You want to know how stingy those checkpoints they can, you want to know how stingy they can get? Ratchet and Clank 3, the final level. No checkpoints, it's a gauntlet. Thankfully, you don't have to redo the puzzles, but, oof. As a kid, I had a hard time beating that level. And I still have trouble with that level to this day. But of course, oh yeah, by the way, the toner can also destroy crates. This is actually another necessary thing in terms of the glitch I want to talk about. In terms of the glitch that I will be doing later on, just to help show off and to help get all the weapons. Now that I think about it, I probably should get the Rhino, but only to help show this, just to help show it off. The only reason why I would want to do that glitch if only because I'm not doing, like, say, four or so playthroughs just to get that damn weapon alone. Although I won't be getting the gold. I won't be getting the gold weapons. How about that? Since it does take a long time and to actually gather bolts that way. Since it's also a hard time gathering up bolts using that glitch anyway. Well, it takes a long time, not a hard time. And this is the only time where I actually throw my wrench in first person. Yes, you can do that, by the way. It's just hold down the L1 button, hit square, and you throw your wrench in first person. And it's very easy, no problem. But now, folks, we are coming up to the skill point. You gotta make sure I don't hit that circle button, because in terms of this skill point, we have a boss. And the only thing we can do about this boss, in terms of the skill point anyway, we have to beat this thing with just our wrench. You can't use your gun in here at all, because if you so much press circle, well, the game will cheat you out of the skill. The game will just simply take the skill point away from you. So just make sure you have your wrench on you at all times. Now in the first phase, this thing will fight back by biting at you, but it's so telegraphed, you can easily avoid it. Second phase and above, it'll just run away from you, and the horny toads will just, enemies will be chasing after you. If the enemies get a little too close, you just long jump. You long jump away, and do like 2 swings. 2 or 3 swings should do. In the third phase, it'll summon the pain in the ass enemies in the game. And which you know, it looks very intimidating, but it's definitely not. But again, just like in phase 2, you can pretty much do the same strategy. When they get too close, just long jump away, like that. Keep swinging at your wrench, whack this thing off, and it's dead. And as a desperate attempt to get away, I get my ass burned. That skill point can be a little tricky, if only because of the strategy that you have to put in. But other than that, though, if you know how to, if you did it once before, you can do it. If you did it once, then you can do it many times. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it too much. So let's gather up our health, our bolts, just to make sure that we're up to code with our, you know, with our money. because we need as much money as we can get. Hit to buy everything in the game, including this one upgrade that we have to obtain in a few minutes. 2 more toads show up. Our Parositor to destroy them. Whack.
Whew. Thought I was a goner this time. Some nano-wit in genetics must have left the cages open again.
You could come down now.
Honestly, a gadget engineer deserves a bit more respect, if you ask me.
So, you are an inventor.
Gadget engineer. I create revolutionary devices for Executive Chairman Drek. For instance, Viola. My soon-to-be patented grind boots. Look, I need to get out of here so I can find a new job. How about I sell you these? At cost.
Sell? After we just saved your scrawny butt?
All right. I'll give you the employee discount, too. Well, thanks. I'm gonna get out of here while I still can.
Yep, you heard that right. We now bought the grind boots. Because, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog made this so popular back in 2001, so of course any platformer would try to implement it in some way or another. Think about it, Sly Cooper did this game does this, Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2 does this. It's a common trope. Hell, even Toy Story 3 does this. Like, Toy Story 3 the game does this later on. It's crazy. But rail grinding in this game is very simple. There's no way to go faster, but there is a way you can defend yourself, so it's just like rail grinding in Sly Cooper. So, again, it's nothing too bad. It's very simple, it's very simple. That's all I'm trying to say. But anywho, folks, that is it for part 6, and the next time we meet in part 7, we're gonna go through Blackwater City, aka which also holds some of my least favorite segments in this whole goddamn game. I don't know why I was going to say goddamn game, I actually like it. But, anywho, I'm GameMan5804. See you all for part 7.